Hello, medieval history students. You have 1 week left of this project. Your whole project with your final products are due this Friday on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Okay, so I'm going to discuss with you one final element here to this project, and it goes along with your final products, and it's a peer critique. So I want you to take a look at this quote here. By learning, you will teach. By teaching, you will learn. Take a look here. I like this image of a student helping another student up. And that's what you're going to do today. You're going to help a classmate, and a classmate's going to help you with your final product. So some of the most powerful learning happens when you are teaching others. In this lesson, you will have the opportunity to help out a classmate by reviewing their new student guide project and giving them good quality feedback on ways to improve. Someone else will do the same for you. You will be peer critiquing. What is a peer critique, or it could be called a peer review? Peer review refers to the many ways in which students can share their creative work with peers for constructive feedback and then use this feedback to revise and improve their work. So that's what you're working on this week. You're finishing up your final products and you're doing a peer critique. So it says, I can peer critique or think review my classmates' new student guide project. So this is a chance to see what others did for their new student guides, give them some tips, some feedback to make it even better, and then you can use those changes that your classmates gave you and use that for your final submission of your new student guide. So as always in the Explore, there's a read, watch, and a do. And for this, I want you to look at the requirements for the new student guide. One more time, you should have already done this because hopefully you're finished with yours or you're working on it. And so you're going to just look through this. You have to be logged into Summit for it to come up. And you're going to need this handy because when you're critiquing your classmates' work, giving them feedback, you want to make sure they included all the necessary requirements. This is a good video that I want you to watch here on critiquing. So you're going to see students and how they critique their classmates' work. And as you're watching this, I want you to think, what are the benefits of critiquing? Why am I even having you do this? What do you think is beneficial to do this? Now, you must follow these rules when peer critiquing. So I like this visual here. Be kind. So this isn't an opportunity. I don't want to see any unkind words. I don't want anyone to say, oh, this stinks, or you're a horrible writer. No, no, no. I do not want to see that. You need to be kind. All comments should focus on the work, not the person. There should never be sarcasm or put downs. The comments can be challenging, but the recipient should feel that the feedback is about the work and how it can be better. So you could say, hey, I like this idea, but maybe you could consider doing this here, or I think an image might be nice to add here, stuff like that. You're just giving feedback on them, like how I give you feedback when I grade your work. That's what you're doing for your peer. And if you think everything's great, you can say, wow, this looks fantastic. I like how you did such and such. Okay, be specific. Comments should identify exactly what needs to be worked on, like a set of instructions, which we can take away or use or do. Be helpful. If the comments don't benefit the work, don't share it. Every piece of feedback is there to help improve the work. So that's your focus. You're trying to help a classmate improve their new student guide. And then I have some flashcards here to do that's on the requirements of the new student guide to see how savvy you are with these requirements here, that you remember them. What do you do when you peer critique another's work? That's what I want you to answer. And then test yourself again on the requirements of the project. Okay, so the elaborate. Now is the part where you will peer critique another classmate's work. You will also have your new student guide critiqued. Your job is to review their new student guide and give them feedback to improve their work. Areas for feedback. Feedback on layout and design. Recommendations that can improve their work. Feedback on historical connections to what we learned about Islam and interconnectedness. I'm worried a lot of people are going to leave this part out, so make sure you're doing that final piece where you tie in the historical piece, your new student guide, what you're doing with students to Islam and interconnectedness. And I have in here, do not give rude or insulting comments. This is meant to give constructive, positive feedback to help your partner improve his work. Think about what they are missing in terms of the requirements. Is there something that they could explain better? Is there something you feel they should include to enhance their guide? Did they include images, etc.? To do this peer review activity, you must upload your new student guide to Padlet. I have it here. Change the share settings to allow anyone with the link to view it. Okay, now actually, I'm getting rid of that. Ignore that piece because originally what that was supposed to be about was I was going to let people edit your Google Doc, but now I think it's just simpler to make your comments on Padlet, okay? Because I don't want that to get confusing, so yeah, but you must peer critique one other student's guide, okay? And then you will leave comments within Padlet under their post. And then, as always, we have the reflection piece. So this is where you're going to go. You're going to post your new, and this is going to be nice because it also gives us a chance to just see each other's new student guides. I'm excited about that. So you only have to put yours up there and look around. It gives you, you can look at everybody's. And then, what's nice is if we have a really, if these are really good, we can really use them. I'll show them to Mrs. Salyers and we could print them out and give them to new students. So you're doing something meaningful here that's going to benefit others. But yeah, so you're just going to pick one other person to peer critique their work and give them feedback as comments under their Padlet post. So that's what you're doing this week. I thought this would be a nice way to sort of end this unit by sharing and helping others make their new student guide even better. So that is it for this week, folks. And then we're wrapping up Islam and Interconnectedness. And I have this being due, as I said, Friday the 14th. However, if you need the weekend to finish it up too, that is fine. And then Monday, we're going to start our next project, okay? So you have these two final products here. Don't forget, the other one is the inquiry argument. And that's just, again, it's just a writing component that you're used to doing. All right, how did the Muslim empires and institutions help different regions of Africa or Asia become more interconnected? You have to have your argumentative claim, 3 pieces of evidence, and an explanation. So this is probably a big paragraph. That sums up everything you learned in the whole project. And then the new student guide, I'm really excited to see what you guys came up with for that. You'll upload it here in this link, okay? And don't forget to put it in Padlet and peer critique someone else's. All right, let me know if you have any questions. You have a great week.